Namaskar. For the last couple of days, we have been speaking in terms of partings. And probably this is the last one in the series because this morning itself, I had a small talk with somebody who had lost her brother. And the priest, the Pandit, he had asked her to keep fast for her brother, the departed soul, on a day of Buddhashtami. And this is what I wish to talk on. The concepts, there are so many concepts, but the concepts which are to be borne in mind are the ones that there is no concept of anything about anything. The sister was born the moment there was a brother. And when there is no brother, there is no sister also. So if there is no brother and there is no sister, then who will keep the fast? And if the brother was not limited to the appearance in the form of a body, then who will keep the fast because there has been no loss? If there is a loss, it is a loss of the form. And because of loss of that form, the other relationship is also non-existent, then who will keep the fast? But if the brother was not the form, then also who will keep the fast? This is one thing which is to be understood. And the same thing would apply to the idea of loss. If the brother was the body, then the loss is not there because the body in a different form is existing. But if the brother was not the body but the one inside that body, then also there is no need to feel the loss. It is the concepts which would, and the ideas and the ideologies which would determine our welfare, well-being. There is no division in terms of space. The space, that is the Akasha, is one. From the point of view of space, if we see, it is all one. The divisions are made thereafter. The geographical limitations do not exist for the one who does not believe it. That is to say, if as a human being I believe in the idea of different nations, there will be a point I will feel, okay, this is the place where this nation ends and the other one starts. But what about the bird? Bird doesn't recognize any distinction. It is in union with the oneness. So it doesn't recognize. Animals, they do not recognize the distinction of the man-made borders. So for them, whether it is India or China or Pakistan or anything, they don't mind. This is the idea we are bound to and conditioned by. Second is suppose we talk in terms of time. Now, time is also a whole, like a chapati. When the chapati is a whole, it is we who divide it into various morsels and see it as a divided self. It is not a divided self because you cannot make a morsel, you always make a chapati, which is then disintegrated into different morsels. Everything what exists as a division is for the convenience of comprehension of the mind and identification of the ego and by the ego, the identity. If these two are not there, which actually they are not, they are just a concept, an idea. If these two are not there, then the distinctions also do not exist. The time is a whole, and from that whole time we divide into various minutes, seconds, and years, and so on. Also, there are different ways of dividing time. The different types of calendars, Indian calendar, Mayan calendar, and so many other ways of dividing the year. So, all the distinctions, all the divisions are made from the whole, but that part is not the whole. Similarly, in the entirety of the absolute consciousness, only that consciousness exists, no separations of individuals or beings exist. If we are able to realize this, understand this, and know this, then there will be a state where we would be experiencing the oneness. And in oneness, there is no division or subdivision, no gains and no losses. Also, there are certain concepts like prarabdha, where we say all separations and other things are based on prarabdha. Prarabdha is also a division of time, which is dependent on the rising of the ego. It is only for the one who develops a separate identity from the whole that the prarabdha exists. That is, it is only for the ego that there is prarabdha. Otherwise, there is a whole. In terms of time, the completeness, absoluteness is there. It is only for the one who feels oneself separate from the other that he would consider he is the son, daughter, husband, wife, sister, or something like this. If one doesn't have the internal feeling of separation from the other, then where is the other? This point is to be considered, and all partings have to be viewed in this manner. There are no partings because there are no arrivals. Arrival is always of the other. So the parting will also be of the other. Which means, if there is an other, there means there is a sense of boundary, sense of separation and distinction. So the problem is in our own concepts and understanding. If that otherness is removed, the absoluteness and the wholeness is found to be already existing. And then in that case, who will do the fast for whom? This is the question that needs to be asked. Thank you.